everybody! So now it's time for book time, and today for book time we will be reading this book, The Love Letter, written by Anika Adamoy Denise and illustrated by Lucy Ruth Cummins. And this is the back of the book, front of the book, and the spine of the book. The Love Letter, written by Anika Adamoy Denise and illustrated by Lucy Ruth Cummins. So, knowing the title of this book and looking at the cover of the book, I wonder, what do you think this book will be about? So, I noticed that there's trees and it looks like there's an animal between those trees. It looks like a hedgehog holding something in its hands. And I also noticed that the tree branches and the trees are making the shape of a heart. So I'm thinking maybe this book, knowing it's called The Love Letter, it's going to be a letter to somebody. Maybe it's going to be a letter to the animal that's on the cover. The Love Letter, written by Anika Adamoy Denise and illustrated by Lucy Ruth Cummins. Hedgehog was late. He did not like being late. It further frazzled his already prickly mood. He'd been grumbling about it to the ground when... I wonder, what do you think Hedgehog found on the ground? It looks like maybe he found a piece of paper or a note or something on the ground. Let's find out what it is. He spotted something unusual. It was not an acorn or a leaf or any of the ordinary somethings he came across on his daily walk. It was a letter. This wasn't just any letter. I wonder, what kind of letter do you think it is? Because he said it wasn't an ordinary letter. Maybe it was something special, right? Let's find out what type of letter it was. Friend, you are a joy, a light, a secret hope, a safe good night. A face that shines just for me. When you go, I miss you so. Don't you know? I love you. It was a love letter. My word, said Hedgehog, someone loves me. So Hedgehog read the letter and he said someone loves him. How do you think that made him feel? Finding a letter and it telling him that they love him. I think for me, it would make me feel happy and excited to know that someone loves me, right? Then he tucked the letter into his backpack and went on his way. Bunny and Squirrel were already in the meadow. Squirrel was busy gathering acorns, while Bunny busied herself with a nap. Normally, Hedgehog liked to get there first, but today he had a love letter and was feeling oddly cheerful. When Bunny beat him at leap log, high five. When Squirrel asked to share his lunch, pleasure. And when Bunny wanted a friend to walk her home, delighted. So Hedgehog found the letter and he said that it made him feel oddly cheerful. And he began saying like high five to his friends who beat him. He decided to share his lunch and he even helped a friend walk home. So him feeling cheerful made him very helpful with his friends, right? Hedgehog is being oddly cheerful, thought Bunny. She wasn't in the habit of hugging Hedgehog, but today she gave him her best bunny squeeze. What do you notice happened when Bunny gave Hedgehog a squeeze? It looks like he dropped the letter, right? So I wonder, what do you think is going to happen? Let's find out what happens. She was just about to hop on home when she saw a letter lying on the ground. So Bunny found the letter on the ground. Let's find out what she thinks about the letter. Friend, you are a joy, a light, a secret hope, a safe good night, a face that shines just for me. When you go, I miss you so. Don't you know? I love you. My whiskers, whispered Bunny. Hedgehog loves me. So now Bunny found the letter that Hedgehog drops, and now she thinks the Hedgehog wrote it for her. Let's find out what happens. Down in the rabbit hole, Mama put her straight to work. Normally, Bunny pretended to nap at chore time, but today she had a love letter and was feeling oddly helpful. So Hedgehog felt cheerful and Bunny feels helpful. So let's find out what she does because now she's feeling helpful. When Mama said, peel the parsnips, perfect. When Sister said, set the table, surely. And when Papa said, sweep the floor, splendid. After supper, she hopped along to Squirrel's house. So now she's helping her family out, right? Hedgehog, when he found the letter, he felt cheerful when he high-fived his friends and he shared his lunch and walked his friends home. And now Bunny's feeling helpful, so now she's helping her mom cook, helping her sister set the table, and helping her dad clean up the house. I brought you more acorns, said Bunny. Bunny is being oddly helpful, thought Squirrel. Before he could say thanks a bundle, Bunny overturned her apron of acorns onto the pile. Squirrel's neatly stacked acorns came tumbling down. So what do you notice about this page? What happened? So it looks like Bunny dropped the letter that she found that she thought Hedgehog wrote for her, and now Squirrel found the letter. Bunny should be less of a busy bunny, Squirrel sighed. Then he spotted something unusual among the acorn scatter. It was a letter. Friend, you are a joy, a light, a secret hope, a safe good night, a face that shines just for me. When you go, I miss you so. Don't you know? I love you. Aw, nuts, said Squirrel. Bunny loves me. So now Squirrel found the letter and now he thinks Bunny loves him. So finding the love letter, Hedgehog felt cheerful, Bunny felt helpful. So I wonder, how do you think the squirrel is going to feel after finding the love letter? So let's find out. Normally, messiness made Squirrel anxious. But today he had a love letter and was feeling oddly carefree. So Hedgehog felt cheerful, Bunny felt helpful, and now Squirrel feels carefree. When Mama splashed soap on his napkin, slurp. When Papa left wood shavings on the floor, scoop. When Squirrel's teddy bears were not in size order, snore. So whenever there was messiness, he just helped out. He didn't complain or anything like that. The next morning, Hedgehog, Bunny, and Squirrel bundled up and headed to the meadow. If I do not show, Bunny will miss me so, said Squirrel. If I do not show, Hedgehog will miss me so, said Bunny. If I do not show, I might never know who sent me this love letter, said Hedgehog. So now they're all headed to the meadow to be there for the person they believe sent them the love letter. So what do you notice about this page? What did the illustrator draw? So it looks like Bunny, Squirrel, and Hedgehog are all next to each other, but it doesn't look like they're doing anything about what they think is going on with the love letter. No one said a word at first. The letter that had made Hedgehog cheerful and Bunny helpful and Squirrel carefree suddenly made them all shy. Squirrel gathered the courage to speak first. Bunny, he said, pulling the love letter from his pocket. I may not have your gift for words, but I wonder, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think Bunny's going to do with the love letter that he talks about? So let's find out. So what do you notice happening on this page after Squirrel mentions the letter? So it looks like Bunny kind of has an angry face, and then it looks like they're all tugging on the letter, right? So I'm wondering what might happen to the letter with all of them tugging on it. Let's find out what happens. My letter, said Bunny, snatching it up. My letter, cried Squirrel, grabbing it back. My letter, insisted Hedgehog, stealing it away. And on it went, snatch, grab, steal, bicker, until... What happened to the letter? They're pulling and snatching and grabbing, so what do you notice happened to the letter now? Now it's all in pieces, and Bunny has a piece, Squirrel has a piece, and Hedgehog have a piece, right? Look what you've done, said Bunny. You ripped it, said Squirrel. Did not, did too, did not. Excuse me? So now it looks like a mouse came in, and let's find out what the mouse says. Was that my letter? Asked Mouse. Your letter, said Hedgehog. I'm not sure. What did it say? Friend, You are a joy, a light, a secret hope, a safe good night, a face that shines just for me. When you go, I miss you so. Don't you know? I love you. You wrote the letter? Said Bunny. But who is it for? The moon, said Mouse. Why does the moon need a love letter? Asked Hedgehog. Because I'm a small mouse in a dark forest, and the moon is my very good friend. Don't you have a very good friend? Hedgehog, Bunny, and Squirrel looked from one to the other. They were good friends, friends who shared their lunch and walked each other home and gave hugs and brought acorns. I wonder, what do you think Hedgehog, Bunny, and Squirrel realized after they found out that the letter wasn't theirs? Let's find out what happens. This was all a terrible mix up, said Hedgehog. The love letter never really belonged to any of us, added Bunny. We shouldn't be arguing over something we never had, Squirrel sighed. Mouse looked at their long faces. When you thought the letter was for you, how did you feel? She asked. Cheerful, said Hedgehog. Helpful, said Bunny. Carefree, said Squirrel. And? Asked Mouse. So they told Mouse that they felt cheerful, helpful, and carefree. And she's asking, but what else did you feel? So I wonder, what else do you think they felt other than those emotions that they felt? Let's find out. Loved. Then I'll call that a wonderful mix-up, said Mouse. So that's the end of our story, The Love Letter, written by Anika Adamoy Denise and illustrated by Lucy Ruth Cummins. So in the story, The Love Letter, Hedgehog, Squirrel, and Bunny come across a letter that causes them to feel different emotions. And I was wondering, what are some emotions you feel when you receive a letter from someone special? And soon Bunny, Hedgehog, and Squirrel discovered that the letter wasn't for them, but they discovered it was a wonderful mix-up. I wonder, what do you think makes this a wonderful mix-up? And also draw a picture showing us how you feel and what things you do differently when you feel loved. And please post your picture on Flipgrid for us to see.